CryptoDrew Channel. My name is Andrew, and today we will be talking about what a Decentralized Autonomous Organization is, or a DAO for short. But first, please subscribe and like this video since that will really help grow this channel. And before I jump into this one, let me just clarify that no, this video explaining what a DAO is will not be about the ancient Chinese philosophy of Taoism. And I promise that I will keep those Confucius says memes to a minimum. A DAO is simply an organization that is deployed and governed using smart contracts on a blockchain network. I say simply, but it is certainly much more complex than the alternative idea of a company startup, where it is just a couple of friends who get together in their parents' garages to build some stuff. This is obviously a new concept, since the idea of the blockchain was only conceptualized around 15 years ago with the release of Satoshi Nakamoto's Bitcoin white paper in 2008. And the first DAO to be recognized as a legal entity in the United States was not until July of 2021, when the state of Wyoming recognized American CryptoFed DAO as such. Since a DAO is decentralized, that means there is no central authority calling the shots. All management and decision-making is done by the token holders. You can think of this in comparison to a more conventional organization, where you have stakeholders who sit on a board and vote to make decisions for their organization. For a DAO, they issue tokens or NFTs, and then all voting is done on the blockchain by the holders of those tokens. Initial capital for a DAO is typically raised through the sale of their token through an initial coin offering, or ICO for short. You can think of this in comparison to other types of publicly traded organizations, where they have an initial public offering, or IPO for short, to sell shares or stocks in their company in order to raise capital. So you can certainly see why the SEC might be justified in pursuing lawsuits against companies that offer an ICO without first registering their token as a security. But you can also see from my previous video on the court case of SEC v. Ripple why the SEC might sometimes be a little overzealous as a regulator. I suppose it is reasonable to want some regulation on these organizations that are attempting to make money through the sale of their tokens. Crypto investors will often fall prey to rug pull scams, where the creators of the tokens will sell off a portion of the tokens, or even the promise of tokens through a pre-sale event, whatever that is, and then they will take the money that they have already collected and disappear, leaving investors holding little more than a digital coin purse full of worthless tokens. Wow. With all the scams aside, DAOs that have true intentions can be very successful, and this opens the door for a whole new world of decentralized organizations. Organizations run by the people, for the people. How revolutionary! And the most crucial aspect of a DAO that ensures that its power and control remain fully decentralized is that its treasury is tied directly to the governance system, so that token holders can vote on how to spend the assets of the organization. With full control of the organization's resources, that essentially grants full control of the organization. There's really no limit to the type of organization that can be set up as a DAO. It can even be something as simple and temporary as setting up a DAO to raise money for a charity. Or it can be a capital venture investment firm where the token holders all contribute funds to invest in a company in exchange for shared equity in that company. Or it can be set up to manage a chain of fast food franchises. Instead of Bitcoin, they can call it Burgercoin? Not only are there tons of options for the types of organizations that can be formed, but also how to manage those organizations. Organizations can tie into some sort of application and voting system, where applicants would apply through an app provided by the DAO, and then token holders of the DAO would vote on those applicants to decide who gets hired. You can think of this as sort of like a decentralized human resources department. And by allowing token holders to appoint CEOs and district managers to oversee the day-to-day operations, this means that every single decision does not have to go through a lengthy voting process to be approved by those token holders. Of course, a DAO can maintain full governance and just put every single decision to a vote, but this might be inefficient in such scenarios that arise that require a quick decision. So perhaps there is some sort of middle ground where all major decisions can be put to a vote by the token holders, and then all smaller decisions can be made by appointed individuals. But in reality, this is all new frontier for how organizations can be formed and managed. So only time will tell what those best strategies are. But I, for one, am very excited to see how these DAOs can bring about a more decentralized world. Maybe a world that is more free from corporate greed? Anyway, as Confucius says, thanks for watching. Please be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, and I will catch you next time.